ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਗੇਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ 10-1500 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਕਰਕੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਸ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲੇ। ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਆਫ ਕਾਸਟ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਵਰਟੀਕਲਸ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਕਿਸੇ IT ਸੈਕਟਰ, ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਮੈਨੂਫੈਕਚਰਿੰਗ, CPA, ਪਲੰਬਿੰਗ, ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੀਕਲ, ਮਕੈਨੀਕਲ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸੈਕਟਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਯੰਗ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਈ ਹੈ, ਮੈਚੂਰਡ ਵੀ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਯੰਗ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਵਾਬ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਗੈਪ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਕਮਲ ਚੰਚਲ ਸੀ। 4 ਸਾਡੇ ਪਿਲਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਖੜੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਰਟ ਫਾਰਮ 'ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ PBOC। ਇਹਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਯੰਗ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਂਟਰਪ੍ਰੀਨਿਓਰ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜਾ ਸੌਖਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਯੰਗ ਬੱਚਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਕੀ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ, ਕੀ ਰੋਡ ਮੈਪ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ, ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਧਣਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ। ਐਟ ਦ ਸੇਮ ਟਾਈਮ ਕੁਛ ਬੱਚੇ, ਕੁਛ ਯੰਗ ਐਂਟਰਪ੍ਰੀਨਿਓਰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੰਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਬਟ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਧਣਾ ਹੈ, ਅਗਲੇ ਲੈਵਲ 'ਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਨੈਕਸਟ ਔਰਬਿਟ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਦੇਣ ਲਈ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਖੜੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਸੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਫॉर ਅ ਮਾਈਂਡ। ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਗੇਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ 10-1500 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਕਰਕੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਸ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲੇ। ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਆਫ ਕਾਸਟ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ। ਯੈਸ, ਯੂ ਟੇਕ ਅਵਰ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ, ਸਾਡੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ, ਸਾਡੀ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧੋ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਂਟਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਮੈਂਟਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਵਰਟੀਕਲਸ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਕਿਸੇ IT ਸੈਕਟਰ, ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਮੈਨੂਫੈਕਚਰਿੰਗ, CPA, ਪਲੰਬਿੰਗ, ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੀਕਲ, ਮਕੈਨੀਕਲ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸੈਕਟਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੇਨ ਜੋ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਸੁਰਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਬਾਬੜਾ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਹੇਨਸ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਨੇ, ਆਪਣੀ 에ਅਰਲਾਈਨਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ। ਸਟੀਵ ਗੁਪਤਾ, ਵੈਲ ਨੋਨ ਨੇਮ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ, ਬੜੇ ਹੋਟਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਿਕ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲਣ ਟਰਸਟਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਅੱਜ ਬੈਠੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਵਿਚ ਇ ਗੁੱਡ ਸਾਈਨ। ਐਸੇ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬੜੇ ਹਾਈਲੀ ਅਚੀਵਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਫॉर ਯੰਗ ਕਿਡਸ, ਯੰਗ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਨੌਗਰਲ ਈਵੈਂਟ ਸੀਗਾ। ਅਸੀਂ 50 ਬੰਦੇ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿ ਹਾਲ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ ਫੁੱਲ, ਇਟਸ ਕਲੋਜ਼ ਟੂ 100 ਪੀਪਲ ਵੇਅਰ ਦੇਅਰ। ਇਟਸ ਅ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਯੰਗ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਈ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਚੂਰਡ ਵੀ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਯੰਗ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਵਾਲ ਜਵਾਬ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਸੀ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਗੈਪ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਪਾਏ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਡਾ ਪਲਾਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਐਵਰੀ 6 ਵੀਕਲੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਇਨ ਸੈਪਟੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਫਸਟ ਵੀਕ 'ਚ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਪੈਵੀ ਬਿਨਿੰਗ, ਹੂ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਲਾਰਜੈਸਟ ਇੰਪਲਾਇਰ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ, ਐਂਡ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲੇਡੀ ਨੇ ਸੁਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਵਰਨਾ, ਸ਼ੀ ਇਜ਼ ਏ ਵਾਈਸ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਇਨ RBC। ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲੇ CFO ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ HSBC ਬੈਂਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਹੁਣ RBC 'ਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਆਫਟਰ ਟੇਕ ਓਵਰ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜੀ।
Good evening. My name is Nitin Chopra. I'm into journalism. Very inspiring words by all of you. My question is, the real estate is one of the safest investment across the globe. But in last decade, in Canadian scenario and today's scenario, 2026, and what future holds for Canada, Canadians are unexpectedly they faced hard times. We remember the statement from Bank of Canada governor in 2017-18 that interest rates will be low for a longer time. And that statement, after that 12 times interest rate went up, and many Canadians, many investors, they lost the money. today's situation is that investors, they don't feel safe to invest in the real estate. Even first time home buyers they don't have a confidence to buy the real estate now. You all are well expert in your field, even into the real estate. What Canadians should do and how you see the market will perform in next year or this year. What is the scenario of real estate today? Because investors are not investing, foreign direct investment is not coming in Canada. We have all those big statements. What are your views and thoughts on that? That all those Canadians were not lucky, they lost the money, they put all their savings in the down payments, and then builders sent them all the big notices that you cannot close this property because interest rate went up. So in that scenario, what are your thoughts on that and coming years real estate scenario? Thank you.
And you made a statement by saying that real estate is a safe investment. I don't know who told you real estate is a risky investment, but over a period of time, it can give you dividends. But I have seen people losing their shirt in real estate. I've seen people making money in real estate. So it all depends on what you buy, when you buy, where you buy, what price you pay. So it's not just a simple formula that in real estate everybody makes money. When the market is going up, yes, then you make money, everybody, especially our people. Oh, I bought a 4,000 square foot house. The other guy says, oh, I bought a 5,000 square foot house. And then they keep selling and buying bigger and bigger. Now all of a sudden the market adjusted. The reason is in Canada we have a very heavy union wages situation in construction industry. And most of the construction people working in the unions are average age is 57. I've mentioned that to housing minister, I've mentioned that to some other ministers every time. I was speaking actually to a roundtable conference just a month ago, 2 months ago. And I'm meeting the federal housing minister next week. The point I'm making is those unions that 57 average age, 65 they retire, they're not bringing selected new people. Instead they're bringing millions of refugees over here, they're sitting on your tax dollars or our tax dollars. So the point I'm making is the question to pose us is probably wrong. We should ask some of the politicians who can answer those things. And if asking for foreign investment, Mr. Carney should open up. And Trudeau stopped that and put a ban on foreign investment in 2024, and he did it for a year, then he extended for another year. Now he's going to January 1 next year. What is the sense of that? Canada doesn't have its own money. Think about it. If people in New York, Bombay, and go to any big cities anywhere, London, real estate is based on bought, I don't know what the percentage is, major portion of the real estate is bought by foreigners. Because they have extra money, people who are rich, they say, okay, I want to buy a condo or a house in London, England for somebody. Or my children, if they go to university, or in New York, or in Toronto. So think about that. If all those investors are told you cannot buy here, what will happen? The real estate market over there will go in the dumps.
So I have a little bit of insight in terms of what's going on in the real estate market. And we operate in 3 segments: retail, industrial, and also residential. And I think that, if one looks at the real estate market over the last few decades, this period of low interest rates really helped the real estate market. A lot of people made money, whether it was any of those different segments, in terms of value appreciation, both commercial and residential. But the world changed after COVID, and you all know interest rates went up, there was a war in Ukraine, and a global sort of inflection point. Where we are today, real estate companies are really slowing down on the residential development. We've done the same. Retail is where the investment is, because that's actually still going. Industrial has slowed down as well. So I would sort of say that all the reading that I see about the real estate industry, it's going to take years for that residential piece in particular, because of the economic policies of the government, etc. It's going to take years. I was talking to someone and they said, condo market is way, way down. it's going to take 4 or 5 years for that to recover to the sort of levels that it was previously. So I think we've got a dislocation going on in the real estate industry, and I think it goes through cycles, and that's what Steve was sort of saying. You know, sometimes everything's great and people can make a lot of money. Other times, when you're at the bottom of a cycle, it can be very difficult for people, and you can lose your shirt. So, you know, it's a cyclical business, and one has to accept that.
A year later, I got an opportunity to partner with somebody in London, so we moved to London quickly. And a small office I took, 12 feet by 16 feet. Not a lot of budget in our hands, so we had to find a carpet to do it. I went and bought a carpet that was a remnant carpet, I think. Remnant means leftover pieces. Nobody buys red carpets. But guess what happened? It's because it's a small place. Red was bright. It was powerful. At least for me, the power of red is very good. So it was good. The office looked elegant, looked there, and that's where we started running. Even laying the carpet was your own job. So we started from there. So how do you come across? So you have to dig in deep into your mind. I couldn't afford to put ads in Time Out magazine or Girl About Town or the London Times. So I got one column inch ad, one column inch, by the way. I put the ad upside down. Somehow it ran for 4 weeks because Times of London, they cancelled it. So it's basically out of the box thinking. How do you manage out of the box thinking? That it matters a lot. But in the end, when I left England, we had 5 offices and several airline DSS. Coming to Canada, I came only to open up a branch office here. But when I went, I couldn't open up Ireland. I couldn't do anything. I needed to go to FIRA. FIRA was Foreign Investment Review Agency of Canada. I filed the application, rejected. Rejected because I filed 2 employees. This agency was set up by Canadian government so they can get 100 employees, 500 employees. So they would reject me 3 times. I went there. I said, you want me to lie on the application? She said, no. I said, then I just need 2 employees. One day I'll have 600. But right now, I'm good. Anyway, lucky for me, she gave me permission. I think I'm the only guy that invested in Canada for employment of 2 people. So that's it. Coming to a new country, doing business here, setting up office, it's not easy. How do you get business? It's easy to set up an office. When people are established travel agencies, how do you do business with them? How do you get clients? So I met, this is a very famous radio person. Anyway, I met him. We talked about 1 minute so much, this time. The ads were expensive, so I did a deal with him. I said, you know what, give me 30 seconds. He said, you can't get your message out in 30 seconds. I said, give me 30 seconds, 5 spots for 30 seconds. I said, yeah. So I said, now we'll do a jingle. Because I thought, so we did a jingle. And the jingle went, I'm not singing, this is the first time I'm talking about it. So it went, Sunbeam Travels, हम तो जाएंगे सस्ता टिकट लाएंगे जी हाँ Sunbeam Travels जाएंगे. It was a big hit. All of you will remember it at home because it was playing 5 times a day. It was so easy. It was like, I kick-started my business. Next I went to Western Gurdwara. They are big fans. Everybody's in there, parking lot. And I told them, one day I said, can I put a big poster like 4 feet by 8 feet here? I will pay you and you will get income for your Gurdwara. Couple of meetings, they agreed. I was the first one putting a big, so you enter the Gurdwara, you see my company's name. A lot of, Western Road was one of the few ones that I looked at. 11 to a private equity fund. But during the time, we also ran an aviation company. The needs were a lot but not a normal aviation. We did firefighting. We did mostly UN contracts in difficult parts of the world. So whether it's moving the troops, moving food, moving other things. So it was a logistic company that used other people's aircraft to move things around. So it was we dwelt it quite a lot. Mostly flying in dangerous spaces. Does not stop. It just has so much short distance. So this is the aviation company we ran. It was specialized, worked for UN, worked for US government, worked for many governments on that. So mostly it's when things are in disaster zone, we grew up to be the company to be called on disaster zones. We sold that to a private equity fund in 2008 because you solve them one by one. When you have a health problem, there's nothing you can do about it. So goals, I want to talk to you about goals. It's not a big deal, goals. And you have been setting up goals all the way, all your life. Everybody has a goal and everybody has achieved. So you look back and you have achieved a lot. Right from the time you had diapers and milk. You cried in a funny way, women would know that, the mother would know that you want your diaper changed. Or you cry another way, the mother knows. Now she needs milk. So you have been doing setting goals. You needed candy, you needed toy. You make waves. So the same way you rise up and up. So it's very easy to set up goals. It's how you set them up. The question is, once you've set up the goal, it's not easy to overcome it. You have to train you. Maybe you go attend courses. I've had fear factors. Singing has been my fear factor. I just achieved today. I could sing. So yeah, I have gone to the next steps of it. My biggest fear was walking on fire. I attended a course where there was 20 feet of burning coal at night, and everybody had to walk over it. So I let everybody else walk. I'm running a company. I don't need to go through this crap. This is for all these other people. But then I said, where else in your life, Sujit, are you going to sit back and not face the situation? So I walked naked, bare feet, sorry, not naked. Okay, don't get the idea. A lot of people talk about Chardikla. Chardikla is the state of optimism all the time. But for me, it's not, for me, it's a hukam. Actually, Chardikla is a hukam. It's Guru's hukam. You have to be in that state of mind all the time to be in the Chardikla. So I live and I practice in the thinking positive.
So you were saying that after it's done, you will give us the
spirit of Chardikla. You can't pull me down. It doesn't matter to me. I will come up again. So the other one is designed by me. That's called the karma code. Anything that is not, I can't answer, and there are a lot of questions I can't answer in life. So I just dump them in the karma code. If I can't get something, I dump it in the karma code. What it does, it gets rid of negative thing and garbage from my head. It goes in the karma code. I didn't get this.
sugar is less.
Not in my karma. Karma code.
It's
so my
okay.
karma code is good.
It's okay, but yeah, sugar is
But
less.
it is not in my mind anymore. This real estate is empty here to allow other things to come in. It's not occupied by clutterful and stinking thinking. So if it doesn't work, a relationship with somebody doesn't work, it's my karma. Throw it on. Chalo, okay. You must learn to move forward. Don't get stuck in these things that you can't control. Don't think about problems. Problems are the greatest place where you make money from. Don't think. My office managers used to bring all the problems, put them on my table. Until one day I got up and put on every door, I put a sign. I get paid to solve a problem. 4 months and nobody bothered me because they couldn't remove it. They all enter the office. They get paid to solve. Don't bring it to me. I don't get paid to solve your problems. So in life, you get paid to solve problems. Whether you are eating food, whether you're filling up gas, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a hotel, even getting married to your wife, just solving problems. Everything in life is problem. You have to find a solution to it. You get paid for solving problems, nothing else. So you have to self-motivate. I read a lot of books. I've read a lot of books from Zig Ziglar's, and those are the books also some we are donating. So I had a mantra that I had done, and I repeated, and so I'm going to ask you to stand up since you're getting tired and half sleeping. So I am strong. I can. I am strong. I am strong. I am powerful. I am powerful. I shall overcome anything. I can overcome anything. I am a leader. I am a leader. Steve, go tell you about it. I did it for Steve, but I hope you take something by yourself.
I've been here over 50 years, and it's not easy. I've been asked one time, many times. President and CEO of Starwood Hotels, he owned Sheraton's, Westin, Element, operating 13 brands, and I met him in New York in his office, and he came, hardly heard about me, and he came, sat down with me and started asking me, I want to hear your story first. How did you do this? What did I do? I said, whatever you did, I want to hear that story in 45 seconds. I said, well, that cannot happen. I can, in 45 seconds, only tell you my name. And other than, you need at least 45, I said, okay, I give you 45 minutes. Believe me or not, he was there sitting next to me for 45 minutes. And I told him my whole story and how I did that. It's very hard. So the point I'm making is it's not easy to go through the journey you did. I'm sure all of you have your own stories, what you went through, how you did it, how you establish yourself. When we come here from India, one thing is for sure, that we come with a passion. We come with, Punjabis are known to be strong in the world. Kuch ho jaye, patte chalo. That's what we believe in, right? And we will find some solutions. We find jugaad, they call it, right? And I saw one time on YouTube or somewhere, somebody said they didn't have power, they had to run the cane sugar machine.